Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In the last episode we became a politician and we almost died on our way to London. That's still one of the luckiest things that's ever happened to me. But in this episode I think we are going to have a look for the Clockwork Sun so we can do some of the... oh, what are they called? Prospects, there we go. Another thing I want to do is quickly have a look at the Wit and Vinegar Lumber Company so we can see how much these hidden compartments are for the smuggling that I am so wanting to do but is taking so long to achieve. But I swear we will get there one day and it will be brilliant. Now it's a bank holiday Monday today and I spent all weekend recording videos of observation which I will link. I'll link it here. It's on a card. That's the thing. Either way, it's like a sci-fi thriller and you get to see my gormless face in it. And you want to see how bad somebody is at solving puzzles? Go ahead. It's quite fun. But I forgot to record this. So instead of having a nice relaxing day, I decided I'd come play Sunless Skies for a bit. Save me recording it on the day it comes out. But, right, how do we buy stuff? Greet the workers? You're accepted here now. They return your greeting and invite you into the warehouse. What's this? The warehouse smells of sawed wood and hot metal, of busy saw blades. Timber is stacked in bronzy piles. A number of workers, laughing in rough voices, are sharing a bottle of whiskey. They invite you to join them and tell tales of smuggled contraband and the devil that is the revenue man. Great. So I assume we have to speak to the blind bruiser. Nope, maybe not. Ah, wait, shop. Here we go. Ooh, smuggling prospects. Ooh, this is interesting. So, word has come to the blind bruiser from the gentleman, the merciless gang of smugglers who operate in Eleutheria. A bohemian baronet exiled for a string of scandals has led his coterie to the spice port of Achilles. He considers himself a poet-philosopher and a devotee of unspoiled word. As a result, he and his followers refuse to read the works censored by the ministry. They want only the unadulterated originals and will pay for 7 trunks of illicit literature to be delivered to them at Achilles. Achilles lies west of Pan, yes. Ooh, Lustrum wants some? Not even the King James Bible is safe from purgative pens of the Ministry of Public Decency. You receive a tip-off from your benefactor. An intractable reverend in Lustrum is willing to pay well for uneducated, edited, uncensored religious texts. He wants 5. Okay. But if I go to the bazaar, no, the Wit and Vinegar trunk. Here it is. Trunk of illicit literature. So what does this do? That is a smuggled item. Ah, and it has the same symbol as the starlight. So I assume that means the starlight was illegal. Oh dear. What is the Wit and Vinegar Company itself? Mining raises, respectable, gets the job done, and hides secrets. Oh, so not only do you get a soaring device, you get hidden compartments to go along with it. That's kind of cool. The winch and pulley. Named for a former business partner, this ingenious contraption allows access to greater depths in your hold. The grasping mechanical claw is very satisfying. Everyone wants a go. So that's 1,000. Oh my god. Considering we are flat broke right now, that's probably not going to happen for a while. And then we get concealed cavities, hidden spaces in the hull, which the revenue men might overlook. So we can have both of these, but I assume, well, that goes in the plating slot, that goes in the... Let's find out before I make a horrible mistake. Auxiliary slots. So that's an auxiliary, that's plating. So we need to make 1,000. Great. Right now we are on the tail end of delivering tea to the sun. But we need more fuel and supplies before we even go anywhere near there, so I may have to sell some of my guarded ammunition that we have so much of. There's not much point in me holding on to it if I have literally no money to do anything else. So that's going to be the plan. I feel the episodes are just going to be me exploring Albion for a little bit. I should have done this for a while ago, considering it's the new update and I kind of want to see it all. But we'll see where it takes us. I'm sure we'll make loads of money. Eventually. Let's hope I dock in the right place and don't run out of fuel again and supplies, because we're running down so quickly. Docking in here is a pain. It makes sense though, being as that it's a giant station rather than the little outposts all around the place. This is like the centre of London. Oh, it is London. The centre of Her Majesty's Empire. There we go, that's the word I'm after. Right, so if I go into the marketplace and we sell some of the many things that we have from the bank. We have one immaculate soul. I don't really want to sell that. I only want to sell my bronze wood. Let's just sell 10 of those. That'll give us enough money to buy some fuel and some supply. Get a bit more. Now, if I remember correctly, we have a heading for the sun. Was it south? West? No, east, northeast. And my compass directions are crap as ever, but it's going to be somewhere down here. So let's just have a little bit of a way. I put the fuel in the bank. I just noticed. That would have been funny. Good thing I was paying attention. Otherwise that would have gone horribly wrong. Sharps Bank. Perfect. Oh man. Okay, let's go. I should totally get a compass up, shouldn't I? So I can make sure I'm going the right way. Hang on, bear with me a second. I'm gonna quickly Google compass, because every time I think I know it, it's never right. Can I get a nice compass? One that's got all of them written on it? Oh dear. I was looking down. Where am I going? East? Northeast? Oh, I was completely wrong. East northeast is up here. God, well off. Is it up there? Wait, is it here? Because you got north, you got east. East. Northeast. Oh, we'll find it. We're just going to go up there. It'll be fine. We'll use the bow. East northeast means it's closer to east, right, than it is north. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I've had this explained to me and I've looked at it many times, but I'm very tired. And you know how it goes when I'm tired. Forget the most basic of human tasks. Oh look, it's the Ministry of Public Decency. Let's see if I can actually get out of London. That's not something I thought of. Oh look, a pop-up on Steam. What even is that? Go away. I don't remember ever following that. It's probably been with me for God knows how long. Ah, there is the docking for the Ministry. Keep that in mind if we ever want to go there. That's another thing that I don't think I've ever fully experienced and explored. Hopefully the Clockwork Sun will be really obvious, because things start getting really glassy when you go near the Clockwork Sun. And you never know, we might find something else out here as well. I am incredibly paranoid about running out of fuel and food, but what can we do? Well, not die, that'd be nice. I don't feel like we're far enough out for me to set out the owl yet. That big update is coming a lot sooner than I thought. I say big update, the Vagabond update is coming out a lot sooner than I expected. And I would love to do a video on all the new stuff in that, even though I failed to miserably to do the video on this update. I think I need to do more videos to cover more or play for longer, but I don't know. At one point I was worried I was running out of content, and then they just dumped a load of updates, and I was like, oh god. The scout's nothing to report except the sky's vast and the winds bite. I'm going kind of just north. Let's go this way. Oh. The shots coming from somewhere. Oh, please don't be hostile to me. Ah, it's one of these dreadnought. I would try and fight him, but for the sake of having a goal, if he shoots at me, I'll shoot back. If he doesn't, I'm not going to. Go find something, Al, please. Oh. Something scary. What's it found? I kind of assume the Clockwork Sun's going to be off on its own, but I know it is a horror point. The days have worn thin this corner of the sky. Your driver watches warily for wets. Oh dear. Oh, we are not ready for this. Let's get the hell out of here. I don't know what that was. It said Skyhenge, I believe. But yeah, no. I am not fighting those guys. Not with a machine gun and a mine launcher. It was bad enough when I had to fight things that were roughly my level. Oh, if I send out the bat again, I'm gonna run out of food. I can feel it. No, nothing. We'll try and do like a loop. We'll loop back around to London if we run out of supplies. Or hopefully we can if we just go around like this. Oh. Dazzling radiance washes your engine in a gleaming tide. Glory, glory, glory. What the hell does that mean? It can't be the Clockwork Sun because no glass. A gloomy disquiet settles over your engine. Morale is fragile. Where the hell are we? I don't recognize any of this. That over there looks decidedly like a rock. Oh my god. Ah! This looks like it could be the sun. A radiance in your windows, the bleached bone light of the Clockwork Sun. Wow, look at this place. They've done a real overhaul on this. Okay, let's see if we can find it. I really hope this place does both. I didn't get a bloody assaying device. Still. Eh. Oh dear, something's coming. No, 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 no. Oh. I'm just gonna dock at the sun. Oh, look at this magnificent thing. A new port. Yeah, it's a new port, guys. Bring up the thing. Oh. Okay, we're safe for now, but that dreadnought out there is going to cause us some trouble when we want to leave. The dock is rarely used, and its maintenance has lapsed. There's evidence of rust and metal strain, but only of non-crucial components. It's safe to stop for now. Once inside the dock, the sun's scouring light is diminished. Arrival at the sun, an outpost on the roaring edge of the sun, shielded from malevolent light by an eggshell of stained glass. As you emerge from your train, suit-swaddled engineers gather, plainly astonished by your arrival. They bombard you with complex questions about how you dealt with the dense sunlight and skewed chronosolar fields. Once satisfied, they hand out protective suits to you and your crew. Yours is patched and torn, one boot missing. We successfully reached the Clockwork Sun. well, I suppose we'll put on the suit. An engineer sprays you with a substance that smells like lemons gone wrong and searches your pockets. A cursory effect at best. They seem distracted. Sunlight seeps like syrup through cracks in the stained glass ceiling. The floor shudders in time with the churning machinery far beneath your feet. The air has a tang of chemicals, bonfires, and rain. Pistons pump, cogs turn, and suit-swaddled figures tend to the machinery bellowing over the shrieking metal. Let's write a port report. The clockwork sun is the preeminent symbol of the Empire's heavenly dominion. The newspapers in London call it enduring, everlasting, and eternal. Engineers flock you. You need to tell London what's happening up here, they say. Tell them to send more engineers, send resources, send help. Something. Anything. They list a litany of recent faults, a broken cog, a snapped belt, unpredictable flares. More engineers swallowed by light or vitrified. And every morning the sun has been taking longer and longer to reach full incandescence. Oh dear. The sun is failing. So we have a few options here, but the first thing we're going to do, go to the bazaar. And we're going to hand this man his tea. The Clockwork Sun does not, of course, run on tea, but the battalion of engineers who maintain it surely must. Every month, a new tender for 3 caddies of dried tea is offered. Regular as, yes, clockwork. Clockwork Sun lies to the northeast of London. Yes, northeast even, sorry. That's a lot of money. Sell. A solitary foreman asks you to wheel the tea through empty corridors to a storeroom. It is stacked with identical unopened, dust-covered crates. Either the Sun's engineers don't like tea, unthinkable, or there are fewer of them than is presumed. We got a ministry stamp permit, those things are worth their weight. An expulsion of problematic material. The dazzled sequencer sells buckets full of armaments retrieved from Azimuth. Terrible hazard, all these instruments of lethality lying around the place. And most untidy, keen to get them off the sun. Very keen. More guns! I like guns! Apparently. I don't know why, but this playthrough just seems to hand to me boxes and boxes of munitions. No guns to put them in. But, oh god, they only sell fuel. That's a little worrying. Let's go to the Sunspur. Clockwork Sun. Well, we may as well head toward the sundial-shaped building. You'll be the Sequencer's new favourite project, one of the engineers tells you. It'll keep him out of our hair for a while. Azimuth is an enormous sundial without shadow. Its roof topped by a golden shark fin. Geonaut. What the hell is that? Genomon? What is a Genomon? Hang on. Is that a shape? Since I have my browser already open, I'm just going to Google this. U-N-O-M-O-N. Google didn't help. The projecting piece of a sundial. Oh, well that makes perfect bloody sense, doesn't it? How do you say it?
Nomon.
Nomon. I was well off. Never mind. There are still racks of yellowed pamphlets on the walls. It once served as a kiosk, selling tickets to sunspotters, the pilgrims and tourists that were expected to flock here. These days, it's more like a temple. Crescents on the curved walls depict the triumph of the new sun over the old. Ooh. What is this that is building, yearning, burning? It's a little worrying, but we gained 500 experience. A figure in a yellow-collared protective suit is delivering a sing-song sermon to mostly empty pews. The dazzled sequencer looks up, delighted at your approach, and hurriedly wraps up his speech. He's called the Dazzled Sequencer. Are these the same sequencers as Fallen London, the ones with It's the same machine, I know that much. It's just a bigger version of... Oh, what's it called? Damn, somebody told me about it, but... Does that mean the sequencers are no longer frowned upon, but in fact, kind of revered? Let's ask him about his role on the Sun. The only other people up here are disturbed prisoners and exhausted engineers. I'm a priest of the new sequence. Well, I guess that answers my question. Right there, declares the sequencer. The brightest truth. The wildfire that has swept Albion. He points out at the expanse of the Sun. There burns a beacon, a saviour, an aspect of God. We venerate the clockwork sun and its immortal architect, our Empress. I'm here to greet pilgrims and safeguard the souls of our engineers. Azimuth is also the only access route to the sun-shattered dome, an exhibition hall that was built back when we received more visitors. The dome is terribly dangerous, and I advise you to avoid it, no matter how much you hear about the priceless artifacts inside. I do like priceless artifacts. Let's listen to, before we request access to the sun-shattered dial, let's listen to the request of the sequencer. Together we can help the less fortunate, he says. You will be compensated for your time. There are many poor souls out there in need of our help. Beleaguered, ignorant masses. I've never met them, but I am assured they exist. He pauses to wipe his eyes. When we lift them from their contemplatable state, perhaps they will come to appreciate the greatness of the sequence. He sends an orderly to fetch a wooden crate. Once it's set down before him, he wraps the lid proudly. 600 manuals on how to correctly tie a bow tie. Deliver these to the barbers in Workworld, and I'm sure they will be immensely benefited by their improved understanding of etiquette. God, I forgot about this storyline. Oh, I'm sure those poor Workwarders are going to be real happy they can tie a tie. Well, we have one well-intentioned package. Let's request access to the sun-shattered dome. Beyond Azimuth lies the maze of abandoned exhibition halls, crowned by a magnificent broken dome. The sequencer obviously takes his role as gatekeeper seriously. He fusses around you, checking you and your crew's gear, tugging on straps, checking for rips, wiping your stained glass goggles with a silk handkerchief. All the while he spouts an endless stream of warnings. Don't enter the Shalimar, never travel in a group of 3 or fewer, and resist the urge to sing, no matter how fiercely your throat burns. And for the sequence's sake, watch the condition of your suit. With that, he pats you on the back, hands you a brochure, and sends you through the heavy iron door to the dome. Exhibition halls built to accommodate sun-spotted tourists and sequence pilgrims, and abandoned after the dangers of the sun became impossible to hide. Priceless paintings hang in bleached rags. Magnificent relics have been left to accumulate glittering glass dust. Is anything still intact? The stained glass sky has collapsed. The unfiltered sunlight gnaws savagely at your hazard suit. It is currently undamaged, though a little shabby. Soon you stumble upon a gleaming forest of glass sculptures. As you get closer, you realise they were once tourists, from back when the exhibition was still open to the public. What were they clustered around? I mean, we can pick our way through the class congregation. Years of harsh sunlight have sharpened the statues, turning elbows and fingertips to razors. You'll need to be agile to reach the other side unscathed. 47% chance, I say we go. Damn it. Of course. The mass of vitrified tourists are arranged in a circle. Whatever lies at the centre, it must be worth a good gawk. In the bulky hazard suit, it's a nightmare to try and duck and weave your way through the statues. A lady's jaunty elbow leaves a long rent down the side of your hazard suit. You catch your glove on a child's sharpened nose, and it is torn from your hand. You are forced to retreat, your suit much the worse for wear. Oh no, your suit has been damaged. The stained glass goggles are cracked and the sleeve has torn up the elbow. You find your path blocked by a tangle of bleached white foliage. The Shalimar Garden exploded from its greenhouse long ago, feeding furiously on the sun's light until it swelled into a jungle. Let's search elsewhere. It will cost you valuable time and entail great risks, but treasure beckons around the next corner. You know it. What? We've somehow walked around in a circle. Let's try elsewhere again. It's a glass congregation again. Should we try again? Let's do it. Partial success, and it's better than a failure. A vitrified tourists are arranged in a circle. Whatever lies in the centre must be worth a good walk. It's a nightmare in the bulky hazard suit, but you duck and weave through the statues. Just as you're about to reach the middle, you realise that a tourist's pointing finger has snagged on your suit's outer rigging. Attempts to extricate yourself seem to be succeeded only by widening the rip. So we have two choices. We either tear ourselves free. It'll cause great damage to your suit, but with care you'll be able to work your way free without shattering the tourist entirely. Or we can shatter the tourist. The flying glass might be perilous to your crew, but it'll save you from ripping a hole in your suit. Well, I don't want to kill my crew, so let's tear myself free. Oh dear. Your hazard suit hisses and deflates as you jolt yourself free, leaving a long rip down the side. There's not much time now. When you reach the middle, you find a plinth, upon which rests a pale pink mask. When you frown, the mask's mouth turns up in a smile. We've gained an otherworldly artifact. Maybe I should have left. We've come across what looks like a glittering gold carousel, but instead of horses, it features glass bottles as tall as you. They are each filled with a near impenetrable liquid, and within, dark shapes writhe sluggishly. Oh, we would have had a good chance of getting this one, but no, our suit hangs in rags. The suits are in similarly lamentable state. You pushed them too far. Oh dear. Light floods you, and a sickening sense of peace that must be fought with every fibre. Something glass cracks inside your head. A tumult, a stampede, your crew run, shoving in their haste. Someone falls. It's only when you arrive back to the azimuth and conduct a head count that you realise one of your crew was left behind. In the dome beyond, you hear a familiar voice raised in rapturous song. He said not to sing. We gained a lot of terror, not great. Okay, can we leave azimuth? Is there anything else here? We can visit the glass house. There's a dozen signs warning you to stay away, each more insistent than the last. The engineers shout, but they're too busy to stop you. An isolated section of the abandoned exhibition halls has been repurposed to hold not treasures, but prisoners. Each wears a grey smock rather than a protective suit, leaving them utterly undefended from the ravages of sunlight. They sit slumped in unlocked cells, making no effort to escape. Where would they go? Some of the prisoners are shining at the seams. Some have eyes of curdled glass. A fractured face turns to watch you. A few are singing in praise of the sun, mouths bloody and throat tatters. You should perhaps be horrified, but the song wraps tender chords around your mind and numbs you. Glass crunches underfoot. When you lift your boot, you discover a cracked ear beneath. We can either speak, we only have a 51% chance to speak to them. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Oh, I'm running out of time in this episode. You know what? I think I'm going to have to end it here. Back to the sun spur. I will end it here, but we will carry on looking at the Clockwork Sun in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, see you next time.